Bam. Now, this album right here, bro, got another story, man. When this came out, I got that work. It had the first song was "Get Your Roll On," right? Then it came with "Number One Stunner." Number One Stunner was on the Kings of Comedy, right? Y'all remember that soundtrack or whatever the case may be. So we knew this album was coming out. And this when we first knew that Birdman was gonna drop a debut album or whatever the case may be. But I went, me and my homie went to go buy this when I was buying CDs. Now I said fuck tapes, it was CDs. I went and bought this, right? From Rasputin's. If you don't know about Rasputin's, Google them. I went there. We rode our bikes, it's back when we were still riding bikes and shit before, niggas got cars and everything. So we rode all the way there, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I was going to go by myself, but he like, yo, you know what I mean? You want me to go with you? I'm like, fuck it, whatever the case may be. And back then, that's why with some parents, I could respect it. They didn't let you listen to music. Some parents, if they raised you right, they wouldn't let you listen to music with no cussing. You know what I'm saying? But preferably, if you did, you got to have headphones and a radio, whatever the case may be, or a CD player. You know what I mean? But me, I could listen to any type of music I want. I just couldn't play it out loud. You feel what I'm saying? Because my mom didn't really want to hear all that cussing. She didn't mind, but she just want to hear it. So anyway, we go ahead and go to Rasputin's. You know what I mean? We strike up there. Bam. Smoke a blunt. The norm, the regular shit. Cooling and everything like that. And I buy the CD and I rush all the way home because all I wanted to hear was, Number One Stunner, because everybody had the bootleg copy. I was like, no, I don't want to hear shit. I didn't want to hear it because I didn't want it ruined for me. So boom, and I ran all the way back home, and I'm playing it, and I'm talking to my nigga. You know what I mean? We're just gonna call him M Dot, and like M, like you hear that shit? And he like, what? I'm like, bro, this shit ain't got no cussing in it. I bought the fucking unedited version, right? So I'm like, oh, these niggas done got me. You feel me? Cause I could have sworn the CD I brought up there was, the parental version. So I called up there like, yo, I just came up there and bought Big Tymers out Whoop Whoop. Like, yo, we gave you the wrong copy. So if you come back, you know what I mean, we'll give you the CD that you bought and we'll give you half off on another one. That was our mistake. So it was two people buying the CD or whatever, and they gave me the edited version on accident. So we strike back up there, right? And they gave me the CD, and I let him get whatever CD he wanted. I forget what CD was out that he wanted, but I just let him get that CD. You know what I mean? And I got this joint, and the first song I played, bro, Number One Stunner, hell loud. Cause my mom had this dope ass stereo system in the living room. But one thing about my mom back then, she didn't really fuck around when people fucking with her shit. Cause my brother broke her shit, and she was like, don't touch my shit. But she'll let me play, music on it because she know I took care of shit, as you see to this day. And so I played that shit hella loud. Like you can literally hear that music all the way outside up the block, either by the dead end or coming up the block from the store. And she got home and she was like, nigga, I heard that music all the way down the street. What the fuck is you doing? I was like, my bad. I didn't know I was coming home or whatever. But yeah, that shit was pounding, bro. Like that whole album, like, was just dope. My sister hit me up like, yo, mommy said you got the Big Time album. I'm like, yep. She like, oh, I got it too. And me, your sister, you don't want your, rather she's the first child and she older, I ain't want her listening to certain shit. And I'm like, I don't even want to know what the fuck your favorite song is, though. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know what her favorite song was if you was a chick listening to this album. Because it didn't have female-orientated songs on this shit. Just a couple of them you dig, but that's whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, this shit was dope. You see Birdman. Don't he look so different back then? Like a kind of a semi-nice guy, you know what I mean? Just normal, no face tats, none of that shit. Just normal. Ice and everything, Manny Fresh and everything. If you didn't know, it was instilled that when you have, a pinky like that, you kind of, you play with your nose or whatever, but that's what they say. But this album's still classic, and you look at this shit, man. I got the Lil Wayne album, I got the Juvie album, you know what I mean? I gotta get at least 2 on the top, I gotta get at least 1 on the middle, and I gotta get basically 1 at the bottom, you know what I mean? But this album is just classic, bro, like, so many fucking memories. These when in high school days where the big argument was, you feel me, No Limit or Cash Money. By this time, Cash Money fell off. I mean, my bad, my bad. No Limit fell off. It was over with for No Limit. Cash Money took over, you know what I mean? They've been thriving ever since, up until the point of, the breakup. Lil Wayne turned into a mega superstar and shit like that. But this was the beginning of it, man. Like, you knew right then, at least I did. If they had YouTube back then, niggas understand my music history though, boy. But this is when you knew that Cash Money was gonna take over. It was over with. It went from gold to platinum and diamonds. It was done with, nigga. I don't give a fuck who it was. Diddy, Jay-Z, all them niggas. The Cash Money was the hottest thing out. Still had DMX and them doing their thing, and I think that's when Nelly kind of kicked in the door and came through. But shit, Cash Money was a shit, boy, for real, for real. But yeah, man, that's memories, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. These albums, they don't make them like this no more. You feel me? Even if you want to say they not the most lyricalness or lyrical artists, but they still make good music, and this is a classic album. You can't debate this is not a classic album. You sound stupid as fuck if you say it's not a classic album.